Welcome back to Outset Island, where our adventure continues. We have a sword. We actually have a hurricane spin now. And we have mail!
We have mail. I love mail.
What's in the box? Good morning! Letters for Link. We have one letter. Here's your letter. The parcel has been sent COD. Great. Postage due is 10 rupees. Notice to silver membership holders. Thank you for your frequent patronage of Beetle Shop ships. Since you have earned 30 points, you have been granted silver membership. All silver membership holders receive a special gift of one complimentary ID. It is valid at all Beetle Shop ships, so bring it to a shop ship near you. I look forward to your future patronage. Beetle. You got the complimentary idea. Who knows what this is, but apparently you should take it to Beetle. Keep it in your delivery bag for now.
I legitimately cannot remember if I've actually ever done that before.
I was gonna ask, like, what does that do? I guess we'll find.
Know.
Oh, hey, there's a Beetle ship.
Yeah, well,
right?
we're on Outset, so I figured he'd be around here somewhere.
Yeah, he's just orbiting. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder who's more important to the story, the hero of time or the person who supplies the hero of time.
I think they're both equally important.
Yeah, I suppose you can't have one without the other.
Cinematic shot.
Yeah, very. We even got the widescreen.
Alright.
Coming in for the top. Oi, Beetle, slow it down, homie. Thank you.
Ugh. Alright.
Hey, Beetle, check out this membership card. Oh, thank you as always. I appreciate your business. If you have anything you want to sell, show it to me. I'll buy it off of you.
Oh.
Or would you prefer to buy something? Oh, just use the left stick to browse.
Bye.
How do I sell you things?
I'm guessing you just show it to him?
Well, let me do this real quick.
Yeah. You want to use your complimentary ID? Okay, here it goes. You are so great, absolutely incredible. And there you go. Is it nice to be complimented once in a while? It is,
Get
isn't
it? It's a complimentary ID, because he complimented
Oh. I'll be damned. You're right.
All right, then.
Crafty bastards.
Yeah, we certainly beat. All right. Where are we in the map? We're in Outset. We could fill out the rest of the map while we're here.
Yeah, that's true. What happens if you put on the iron boots in the water?
I can't.
Other than the obvious.
I mean, I can...
You can't even put them on...
On the boat? No. Well, let me... I've actually never tried that before.
Yeah, let's get to shore. I mean...
Probably won't let me go in the water.
Or it'll just... Yeah,
he takes them off. Yeah, he takes them off immediately.
Well, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. Otherwise, you just kind of, like, mafioso yourself.
Look at these. Check out these iron boots, kid.
Yeah. Don't need no cement shoes. You'll die.
Alright, let's fill out the rest of the map, shall we?
Let's do that. Because we don't have many squares left to,
We have 6.
to fill out.
Yeah, we have 6. Ooh, gun tower.
Let's take those out while we're here.
Hell yeah.
Are these armed? Yeah, they definitely are.
Yeah, most of them are, but that's okay.
And
Stop,
my.
Stop.
Too much momentum.
Forgot about that. Forgot about physics. Uh-oh.
Oh, bird. Actually, could you give me a hand?
Ooh.
Which one of these bad guys sounds like a goat?
I think it's the birds.
It's the bird. Yeah. You're lucky I hit the pot. Oh, damn. That was like a professional wrestling move, like through the pot, over the rafters.
Zelda wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I should... So I need to equip things.
Yes. And now it's Thunderbolt and Lightning. Very, very frightening. Neat.
Clever. Alright, what do you think? I'm thinking...
It's 200 rupees. Like, it's gotta be, right?
I was thinking like a joy
Or like
pendant.
100 rupees. Maybe. How many of those do we have? Like, I know we don't have it, but I know we're getting close to...
We have 15. So
Okay,
we
yeah,
need,
so-
what, she wants 20?
20, yeah.
I was thinking about it the other day, actually, because she said, oh, just come back when you have 20. And I'm like, what happens if we die?
I guess she's just gonna be waiting for a while.
I know it's morbid, but like, if we walk up and we've got 11 joy pendants, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes like, come back when you have 20. And we die while we're out in the,
And we
out
just
in the
don't,
ocean.
yeah.
And we don't bring it back any. Otherwise, she could have had 11 if she just took the 11 and said, all right, come bring me more when you have some. Oh, I didn't destroy the other cannons. Oh, well.
We could do that from the boat, too, just for a little bit of extra challenge.
We could.
I mean, if we want. Skewered! Oh, no, golden feather.
Somehow this guy didn't notice us.
Ah! Did you drop a golden feather?
I don't think any of them did.
No, the first one you killed did. It
No,
just fell in the
It
water.
just dropped in the ocean.
Whatever. And... Oh, a treasure chart. Groovy.
Treasure chart. What do we got? All right. Hold collar. I got to open up my map that Dustin still can't see.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with Link that my eyes are just kind of going to the side, just like, what's he looking at? Is it down there? Is it straight ahead? Am I furrowing my brow? Am I giving a big stretch?
No.
Am I exasperated?
That's Outset.
Oh.
That treasure chest is for Outset Island.
Oh, handy.
I guess we could
All
go
right.
back there real quick because we really didn't.
Well, first, let's bomb the towers.
I didn't do either one. Yeah, you're right.
And fire! Yeah.
Do.
Just circle strafe like we're in Doom. Yo, King of Red Lions, can you... Yeah, there you go, pal. Making this harder than it needs to be.
Sorry, I had to remember how to turn when I have something else equipped.
Understandable.
Oh,
least
that
that
was
storm
low.
passed.
Oh, I thought
Now
that
you
was
hit
low.
it.
I thought it was low at least.
Yeah. Well, it's important to remember that bombs are not just points. Like, they got a little bit of volume to them. Boom.
That's true. The hitbox becomes larger when there's an explosion.
Mm-hmm. And one more for good measure. Hell yeah.
Nothing out of those.
Lame. Oh well,
Right.
we did a good service to the seafaring people of Hyrule.
Until Ganon's forces come back and rebuilds them.
Wait, they do that?
I mean, I assume. There was that one gun tower that we destroyed everything and then went off and did something else and came back and the guns were back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I just assume that they regenerate or something.
Yeah, or I don't know, some naval contractor is really getting a kickback. From the forces of evil.
Hey, but they pay really well.
Not wrong.
All right.
Yeah, turns out Beetle's been selling to the good guys and the bad guys.
Ooh,
Right about there?
Nope. Right here? Yeah.
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 200 rupees?
I'll go with that.
Yeah. I'll take the over-under on that.
100 rupees.
Oh, 100. Yeah, we'll take it.
Cheap.
Besides, we did spend a butt ton of money last session, so...
What did we buy? Oh, that's right. We bought a bunch of stuff off of Beetle.
Yeah, we had to get a bunch of stuff off of Beetle.
There's,
because there was the...
Well, there's the heart piece.
Right, we got the heart piece, which
And
was
then
$950.
I think the heart piece and the bottle, which was like 400 or 500 rupees.
Yeah. Or was the bottle also 950?
No,
there were two things that were 950.
He still has a treasure chart. That's
Oh, that's right. That he's selling for like a bajillion dollars.
yeah. So that's the one thing that we still have left to get. There's also still at least a couple of things left at the auction house.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So at some point we can go back there. I think it's just a couple of extra treasure charts.
Which, we'll take them. Why not, right?
Because at some point, like if you buy everything at the auction house, eventually he says, "Hey, you wiped me out. No more auction house."
Yeah, I don't have anything.
I don't have anything
Yeah,
to
open
sell.
up the sea chart. And bonk. Horseshoe Island. That makes sense, somehow. That fish is about to... Oh, no, it's just... On the island due east of here lives an old man who was once a thing. You know what that thing is? Too bad. You didn't give me good bait, so suck it.
That's the whole thing about giving Orca the Knight's Crest, which we've already done.
Yeah, I was going to say, we did that. Keep up with the times, man.
Oh, yeah, I remember this island. Okay.
Are these all the... Wait, what? Oh. Okay. Oh my god, it's a mini golf course.
Yep, it is.
That's fantastic. Alright, tee off.
Wasn't sure where it was. Alright, let me line it up just so I can get...
Yep. Just putt for par.
Oh!
Ah. This putt for bogey.
Oh, it's not even going to be anywhere close.
You might be able to shove it.
No, because then they go straight.
Well, you did shove it, but... Well, we do have more balls from the previous hole.
I think they regrow. Yeah, I'm just going to knock them off the edge. This is a very treacherous golf course. I got, like, flying fish coming at me. I got... Clearly there's
You're in the middle of a goddamn thunderstorm. Something's shooting at you.
Yeah, it's throwing bombs, but those things we've already established are pretty inaccurate. You can't even get on the island.
Yeah, he might be maxing out his range.
Alright, let me...
He hasn't even bracketed you yet. And...
I'm like veering left. Right.
Yeah, putting left. Yeah, you might have a line.
Ooh. Yeah!
Nailed it. I mean, it's only a triple bogey, but...
First try!
Yeah, if you say so.
Yeah, but I got it all. Ooh. Also, that I got an eagle on the last one, so I'm putting par right now.
All right. We're still doing all right. Yeah.
Of course, this is the tricky one.
Oh, because you have to. Oh man,
Ooh.
yeah. Nope. Off to the left.
Still to the left, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you can see where my thing's going.
Oh yeah.
It's like... Can I even reach that now? I don't even think this is too far.
Got an arrow?
I'm just gonna hit that. I suppose I can just grab one of these.
Ah, blue chew!
Ah!
Ouch. Blue chew jelly?
Give me that blue chew chew. Yeah, I'll use this one. If anything, I'll knock the other one off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it turns out we're mixing. Oh, there it goes. It just like despawned.
Alright. So.
Alright, double balls.
Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah, it turns out golf's way easier when you hit in multiples.
We were just doing some I'm training from my space pinball days. Space cadet pinball.
Yeah, right. Oh, God. Did you know that game had music?
Did it?
You just had to, like, set up MIDI properly, which no one did back in the day.
No, I had no idea. What are you
Yeah, it's actually a kind of a banger, too.
Nothing out there.
Also, that guy's looking through a kaleidoscope? That's not...
I can't even get that treasure chest because we don't have the hookshot yet. No, we can go down the hole at least.
Well, what the hell's down here? Oh.
Battle!
Moth!
Alright, so can you, want to mark on your...
My...
Marking your...
I only have 5 more slots for, like, to-do lists. Oh, God.
What? What? What do you mean slots?
Yeah, I've got slots on my, my notepad here for, like, to-do items.
Yeah.
And, I'm running out of space.
Well, mark
But
off.
yes.
I gotta look at the map real quick. It's the bottom. It's the bottom corner. So A7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, A7.
All right, and come back with hook shot. Come back with
Hook shot. Come back with the hook shot.
which I'm guessing is not in this chest.
That would be
No, but there is a
far
treasure
too
chest.
convenient.
And besides, we gotta earn the hook shot, I guess.
Hold collar. Hold collar. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be in a. Yeah.
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 I was just imagining for a second there, like Link having like an earpiece, just like a standby caller, getting a signal from the Great Deku Tree.
All right, so that treasure chest brought up. I don't know the name of it. Is it like it's shaped like a heart? So it tells like my brain would be like Heart Island.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to me? I just gotta.
Where the hell is it?
I'm looking at the map. Tingle, Northern Triangle, Eastern Fairy. Oh, I guess it's a fairy island because the fairies are shaped like hearts. So
Oh.
I guess it would probably be
Seems like it'd be prudent to
Western. So I don't think we've come across it yet because I think it's Western Fairy Island, but I don't think we've gotten there yet.
Uh-huh.
So let's keep heading north.
Why don't we? All right. Engage.
Going north.
Ah,
Going,
you can't hit the right side of a barn. Suck it.
Going northerly. Get my bait out. Just get myself prepped.
Who'd have thunk that the saviors of Hyrule are a bunch of friggin' carp or whatever?
Oh, but the fish?
Yeah, like... Because they're like legendary warriors of Hyrule, and they're like fish.
I mean, the king of Hyrule is a boat.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you're right, that everything's a little bit weird around here.
Having that revelation, I knew was going to be a surprise to you, because, like, figuring out Tetra is Zelda doesn't seem, like, totally off or surprising, because it's like, alright, that kind of tracks, like, Zelda's hidden in some other random female. But
Right.
I was so waiting for your reaction to say, wait, the king is the boat's the king?
Yeah. Like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
Diamond Step Island. Oh, I've got some great information, Fry. If you use the treasure that's hidden on that island there, the thing that vanishes as soon as you get near it, it won't vanish anymore. You know, it. We all float down here. I'm talking about it, the thing that appears on nights when a wee bit of the right half of the moon is missing. Oh, he's talking about the ghost ship, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yup.
Like, why can't you just say, like, it's a ghost ship?
Recently you've been making more movie references than me.
Yeah. I don't know why. Wait, what did I just reference?
It.
Oh, yeah. I just did, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. It's funny, for someone that's, like, not... Like, I like movies, but I'm not one to go sit down and watch a movie just, like, for fun like you do.
Mm-hmm.
But some of it's just, like, the cultural zeitgeist of just, I just know it from context.
I was gonna say, yeah, the "We all float down here" is a pretty famous line. Because
Right,
whether in the new one or the old,
Yeah, the Tim Curry one or the
Tim Curry one
not
from
Tim
like
Curry one.
1990. 'Cause that's probably where it's more famous from anyway. Cause,
Oh yeah.
Tim Curry going, "We all float down here."
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the newer variations of it are tremendous.
Are they really?
Oh yeah, especially the first one. Chapter 2 gets a little bit of gruff, but Needle Rock.
Little Rock Isle.
But Chapter 1, well, I mean, they made the movie. The budget for the first one, Chapter 1, was. Well, I think the budget was like $40 million, which is pretty high for a horror movie.
Right. Yeah.
But it also made like $800 million. So
Holy crap.
when you talk about return on investment,
Yeah, that'll do.
that's a pretty pretty spectacular.
For a second there, I thought that ship in the center there was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Speaking of movie references.
Actually, the new Ghostbusters movie
Yeah.
just came out.
Yeah, it's funny because...
Dating this episode.
Yeah, it's funny because, in Destiny, they actually have a crossover thing where you can get, like, Ecto-1 as your ship.
Mm-hmm. I remember this.
Whoa.
There's a bunch of things torches we have to light.
Oh, so there are.
Oh, really?
Nice shot.
Oh, come on.
I guess that explains why there's a bunch of pots for
it's all
arrows and magic, eh?
Yep.
Funny that. But, yeah, my friends were like, this seems like either too late or too early. Like, wouldn't this be something for Halloween? I'm like, there's a new Ghostbusters movie coming out, right?
Yeah.
They're like, what?
I know. It's surprising because they didn't advertise it as much as I thought they would.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll be good.
It's getting okay reviews.
Yeah.
There's one random one out there, I think.
It's very strange to navigate this world in first person.
Right? Everything looks so big.
Yeah, right?
Because the last one they made, like Afterlife, was actually quite good. But if we're running off of Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't like to, but just as a benchmark, Rotten Tomatoes gave Afterlife. Oh, it's right there. Gave Afterlife like a 65 or something.
Yeah. So
last time I looked, god damn it,
a little higher.
It's right there. Last time I looked, the new one had like a 48 or something like that.
All right. So, not exactly gonna win any awards, but might be worth your time.
Yeah.
And also, like, hey, like, reviews are one thing. Like,
yeah, I was just using it as a general benchmark.
Right, and I mean, I've read a few articles about like the outsized importance of like a Rotten Tomato review to like studios and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, oh god, if we're not getting a good like Rotten Tomatoes thing, then like, what's the point of even doing this? And it's just like, look,
it is curious because you'll see like if a movie's getting really good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, then they'll advertise it. They'll throw it into the marketing ads, like the trailers,
right?
Are like 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. And the thing about Rotten Tomatoes and just I suppose just kind of just marketing things like that in general. Rotten Tomatoes is just positive and negative, right?
Right.
If you do something like Metacritic will give you an actual like 1 to 100 score.
Right.
Based on each individual, like, so this one is positive, but it's an 88, and this one is also positive, but it's a 75. So the average is 81. Whereas Rotten Tomatoes is just a general overall average between, like, this was good and this was bad, so it has a 50. There's another good. Now we were at 67, right? It's just averaging the positives and negatives, but it's not averaging every single individual 1 to 100. But my whole thing with reviews, like, I use Rotten Tomatoes, or just reviews in general, I suppose, more as a way to temper my expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I go into something really excited about it, and then the reviews come out and they're trash, then, alright, maybe I shouldn't be as excited about this. Or maybe I'll just calm myself down and just prepare for it not to be as good as maybe I want it to be. That doesn't necessarily mean it won't be as good as I want it to be.
Mm-hmm. It's
just kind of a way to temper my expectations so I'm not getting overly excited about something, my whole thing about like reviews is like, if you want to go see something, go see something. Like, who cares? Reviews,
right, exactly.
Reviews for anything, whether it's movies, TV shows, music, it's all subjective, right? So it's like, if you want to go see something, then go see it. Who cares what anybody else says about it?
Yeah, it's like why I never really liked art class in school was because like, it's like, oh, you didn't, like, do the right thing for this, bit in art class. And it's just like, but, like, I interpreted it how I wanted, and, like, how do you grade art?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And it was like, I remember in, oh, you almost got it.
I did.
Like in high school, like, I was part of the Chamber Singers, the jazz choir, and
Yep.
like,
I was too.
I guess the principal got kind of pissed that it's just like, wait, you're not teaching these kids anything. It's like, yeah, we're teaching them how to perform. And all that. And it's like, but you can't, like, test them. Like, you can't give them a midterm or something.
Well,
like,
it's funny.
you have to do that. And it's just
we
like, wait, what?
we actually did have tests and midterms. Well, I guess it was more of like a midterm and a final for jazz choir. But it was really just like, I'm going to give you a sheet, right? I'm going to give you some music, and all you have to do is just learn it and come in and perform it, and that was it.
Yeah.
So, like, to your point, like, liberal arts is a completely different aspect when you're talking about, like, teaching, learning, training, whatnot. We actually talked about this. We actually talked about this at work with a couple of the guys, because we were talking about, I forget what brought it up, but we were talking about, like, science and certain things within science and math kind of being black and white.
Yeah, where it's objective.
Yeah, where it's objective, and I really wish I knew where the subject started from.
Yes.
But then I looked at him and was like, that's what drew me to liberal arts more than anything, is because the good liberal arts, one of the biggest arguments against American schooling is just regurgitation. You're teaching these things, and, but, like, how much is someone actually learning and remembering, right? Regurgitation method, the whole argument against it is, like, they're just remembering. It's just based on memory. I knew someone in one of my classes.
It's memorization.
I knew someone in one of my, I think it was European history back in high school, who had a photographic memory. Yeah. So, like, he was a super nice guy, but all he had to do was show up in class, read the textbook, and he was fine.
And he'd be fine. Yeah.
Like, nothing, like, he didn't have to worry about doing anything else. So when it came to the exam, he's like, I already know everything. But it's like, okay, cool. But do you comprehend?
Yeah, do you understand?
And that was the thing that drew me more to liberal arts as a kid, was like, there's less regurgitation and more conversation.
Right,
so
more expression.
You understand concepts and connections, and you can, if something happens, you can accurately express why it is this way, or how to do something differently, or what makes it this way. And, like, you're actually discussing things rather than just saying, yes, the answer to your question is C.
Right. And I think it's why ultimately I wound up landing on, like, software engineering and computer science, because I see it as, like, a form of art in a certain way.
Yeah.
Because there's not, a singular right answer to a lot of, problems that I have to solve on a day-to-day basis. We are going to get shot.
Yeah, that was fantastic placement by me. I wasn't even looking at
I
wasn't looking at the treasure map to find my way there. Well, I was going to say, I'm sure in a lot of ways, science, and especially depending on the subject, has that same kind of idealism, right? Where depending on...
What is that guy shooting?
Depending on who's doing it, like what professor you are, what the subject is, I'm sure there are a lot of subjects within science and math that...
Oh, yeah.
Depending on who the person is, can have that same instructional, conversational manner to it, right? Like, a lot of that, I figure, is just based on the professor. I had some teachers back in high school, like my chemistry teacher loved to explain things. But then I had a class, I hardly remember it, which is probably why I didn't appreciate it too much. And it was like, it was kind of based on, like, geology, Earth history. We went over, like, rain tables. I don't know if you remember that from high school.
Vaguely.
Exactly. I remember it vaguely, but I think it's also the fact that, like, the teacher didn't really properly explain or have conversations. It was, you walk in one day, all right, we're going to learn the rain table, and then this is just the math and the equation to get it, and that's it. All right, we'll have a quiz on it next week, and that was it.
It's like,
right.
Okay.
Versus,
like, clearly you don't care about this. Why are you convincing me that I should care about
Right,
this?
Exactly. Versus my chemistry teacher, who, would have fun kind of explaining the variations of, how we get certain equations and how we do this and that, and doing experiments and actually I think more important than anything else is how do you apply it in the real world,
Right.
which just makes
Yeah,
it so
and
much
that
more
was-
interesting, and you can actually like think about how it's applied in the real world.
Yeah, and that's way more fun. And
Yeah.
I think it's why I've always liked math, but and there are, applications for, the higher levels of mathematics in a lot of different ways, but I always like computers, and it's computer science is applied mathematics. So,
Yeah.
and you get to play with computers. Have I mentioned that you get to play with computers? Playing with computers is awesome.
Oh yeah.
But-
Well, I mean, I'm not a math guy, right? Just generically, but I always liked geometry, and I was good at geometry because I could directly link it to the real world. And that was
Right.
always my biggest thing with math, was someone trying to teach me, trigonometry or calculus, and it's just okay, what's the real world application to this? It's don't worry about it. Just learn how to do it. But that doesn't.
Yeah.
That does nothing for me.
And of course, the problem is that there are a lot of real-world applications of
Right.
calculus.
But
It's just
depending on the teacher you get, the teachers I had just weren't content with explaining it. They had their textbook, which just gave you the equations. They're like, all right, we're just going to learn these equations. Well, why? Because we're going to, because you need to learn it, because you need to know. But,
Right.
But why? That's going to be a long run.
yeah, exactly. And I had a teacher in high school, when I took AP Calculus, that
Yep.
made me excited to learn about, building up to the principles of differentiation and integration, and explaining how it relates to limits, and then you learn about limits of from 1 to 10 on an XY graph on a Cartesian coordinate plane, and it's just okay, now what if we make the slices here smaller, and make them smaller still, and smaller still, and then it's well, what if we wanted to see the limit out to infinity? What do we do then? And it's just I don't know, what do we do? This is so fascinating. And then it's then you learn about differentiation, and then finding out that it has an inverse of integration. And then, how it applies to, we need the friggin' hook shot again, don't we?
No, we don't.
Oh, we just need to set the wind.
Yeah, this one we can just change the direction of the wind.
And yeah, just learning about the differences between those and how they relate, and then especially how they relate in terms of core physics stuff.
Wow. Yep.
Of it's oh, you have position, and then the derivative of position is velocity, which is change in rate of position.
Yep.
And then, oh, what if we differentiate that? Well, then you have the rate of change of the rate of change, which is acceleration. And then it's well, what if we, take the derivative of that? It's well, now you have the rate of change of the rate of change of the rate of change.
I mean, everything you're
jerk.
saying is way over my head, right? But I guess my overall point, which is you're still kind of hitting. Whoa, that was close.
That was close.
Is that you were excited about it? You had a teacher who was passionate about it.
Yeah, made me care about it.
Showed that passion. Showed kind of real world connections. And for a lot of my, I guess, elementary and even secondary schooling, science and math, I didn't have any teachers who wanted to share that level of passion.
Right.
They were just spouting whatever was in the textbook.
Yeah, and that's
Unfortunately, I mean, here's the downside, right? A lot of them have to do it that way because the No Child Left Behind, which I don't understand how it's still a thing, kind of forces them to fit. Oh yeah, it was George W.
Yeah, it was Bush. Yeah,
but no one has ever bothered to get rid of it because politicians still don't understand the downside to it because they.
And also, are you going to repeal the No Child Left Behind Act? Are you? Do you
but the
want
whole
children
basis
to be
of
left
it,
behind?
I know exactly right. Phrasing. But the whole basis of it was that funding for schools were based on test scores, and those test scores come from basically, essentially, regurgitation, right? Remembering the answers to yes or no or multiple choice questions. Not about
and also assuming
not
that
about
every child, and also assuming every child's a good test taker, which they definitely are.
Correct. I suck at taking tests.
Yeah.
And every child is good at not just taking tests, but taking multiple choice tests.
Yeah, because to me, I always treated it like a game. Of like, you know, you have certain heuristics of like, well, if you don't know, pick C or pick the longest answer. Like, and like, you know, similar to your nerd back in high school, like, my memory at the time was like semi-photographic. And so I would just pick the answer that looked the most like something I had seen in the textbook.
If only.
And, you know, it's like, more often than not, I was right.
Yeah, my problem with multiple choice, like going back to chemistry, my chemistry teacher in high school, he would split his tests in half. So the first half would be multiple choice, and the back half would be like equations, problem solving, and that kind of stuff. And I consistently had like 80 to 85 on my tests, but I was always perfect on the problem solving. It was the multiple choice.
Right.
Because I just get in my head when I start taking multiple choice. I start second guessing everything. I'm like, I've just done 2 B's in a row, but I think B is the answer again, but that would make 3 in a row, and that just doesn't make sense to do that much in a row.
Right, it's like, I'm doing something wrong.
Right,
It's
so
just
like I start to
no,
get in
you're
my
not.
head, and that's defeats the purpose, right? My brother told me the story of when he was in college. He had a professor that was retiring at the end of the semester.
Cool.
Hey, so the final test he took, there was 100 questions. The answer to every single question was C.
Oh my god.
And my brother was like, the great thing is that you could see people in the room like get like 15 or 20 answers, and they're like, wait, and just start
Just like,
freaking
there's
out,
no
like, wait,
fucking way.
no, I can't be another one. It can't be another one. And I'm like, as a social experiment, that's just, it's amazing, but it also calls out, it highlights the problem with multiple choice tests.
It's
'Cause
also
everyone-
like borderline psychopathic, but I'm kind of here for it.
It is, but again, like I think, I think the most important thing is like it highlights what's wrong with multiple choice tests.
Oh yeah, totally.
And just
Because
how
you just wind up getting in your head.
Yeah, just how kids just start thinking about, they start second guessing their answers. Like they're not taking the test based on what they think the answers are. They start taking the test based on how they think the professor organized the answers.
Right. It's just like, there's no way in hell this nerd did 100 C's in a row.
Right.
Right? I bet you that teacher was just like, I am so effing tired of grading these things, so it's just, they all line up, you're good. Which, that's the kind of psychopathy I'm here for, you know? And...
Silver
Hey!
rupee. We're getting that money
are.
back again. We're also tearing
Yeah.
through some treasure charts.
yeah, get some money.
Also, we are about to venture into our very last square. Well,
Yay!
undiscovered square, I should say, right?
The undiscovered country.
So this will be our last piece of bait. We will be left with 3 pieces of bait.
Which we, I don't know, road snack or something. The
Feed it
undiscovered
to-
country is the one about whales, right? That seems appropriate to reference that in a water world sort of situation here.
Undiscovered world? What?
Undiscovered country? Star Trek? That was the one about whales. Right? Oh no, that was Journey Home.
Journey Home. Yeah, I was like, no, it's the 4th one when they go back to Earth, but I can't remember the name of it.
Right.
Yeah, Journey Home. Undiscovered country, I think is the.
That's 5?
It's either. No, it might be 6. I think Undiscovered Country was the last one with the original crew. Before it switched to the Enterprise crew. I think.
Yeah, hold on.
But now I'm curious. So you got the original.
Yeah,
you got
I am right. Yeah,
You have Wrath of
you are
Khan.
right. Yeah,
You have Wrath of Khan,
yeah,
and then Search for Spock,
yeah,
and then Voyage Home,
yeah.
and then I think there's something else, and then Undiscovered Country.
You're totally right. Yeah,
I can't
it
just
was
remember-
the Final Frontier.
Final
was
Frontier.
5,
Thank you.
and then
And
the
then
Undiscovered Country.
which was a few years later, and it was
Yeah, it was in '91.
yeah, because it was they had a
Which
few.
was-
They had a few
Which was
years
after TNG had started airing.
Oh, yeah.
For that matter, so was the Final Frontier.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like they took a few years between the last couple of films, and when it switched to the TNG crew for, oh God, what's the name of the first one they did? Generations.
Yes,
That was like 94 or something like that.
it was. Yeah.
Because I think they did Generations when they started doing the movies for the TNG crew. I think the show was done.
Yeah, I think you're
So
right.
it was similar to the original cast. Like when they made the first Star Trek movie, the show was done. The show was over.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually like years later because the show only lasted 3 seasons.
Did it really?
Yeah. And it was like late 60s or something. So like by 1970, I'm pretty sure the original show was done. And the first movie came out like 72 or 73 or something.
79.
Like that. 79.
79.
So even later than I thought. So it was years after the show was done. Oop.
Yeah, because, unsurprisingly, what came out in 77, Ryan?
Yeah, Star Wars. Yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
But you know what's funny?
You know what else came out in 77? Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
And it's actually curious that you mentioned that way because the original Star Trek movie is much closer to Close Encounters than it is to Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, like 100% it is. And definitely was trying to go for, like, the 2001 A Space Odyssey
Yeah, 100%.
vibe in terms.
100%.
And, didn't do so that particularly well.
It's just a different vibe. Especially if you're coming off of the show.
Yeah.
Like I'm too
Yeah,
far
it's just...
forward. Nope,
I
got it.
feel like Star
aim
Trek the
today.
Motion Picture, in the same vein of, like, 2001, is like,
Yeah.
you gotta kind of trip balls before going to see it.
Especially the back half of the show, the back half of the movie.
Yeah, where it's just like, what the fuck is happening?
But Wrath of
and then
Khan,
it's just like, yeah, Wrath of Khan's a fucking masterpiece. I
Wrath
love
of Khan,
Wrath.
Wrath of Khan is fantastic, and
Yeah, it's so good.
but it was so far after, and when you think about when the original crew first started with the show versus when the last movie came out, and you're like, it was only 3 years between the last like classic movie, if you will, and the first movie from the TNG crew.
Yeah, from TNG, yeah.
But it was a fantastic kind of homage because I gotta run all the way around. I don't think I can get there.
No.
Because Generations features both sets of crew. It
because-
bridges the gap.
Of course it does.
It bridges the gap perfectly between the original cast
And the TNG.
and TNG. Because William Shatner, Captain Kirk dies at the end of the movie.
Right. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
But,
30 years later.
I mean, hey, yeah, it's been 30 years. Like, that's on you, nerd.
And if you haven't watched the Star Trek movies,
It came out on my birthday.
dear viewers, all the Star Trek movies are good in their own ways. As Dustin said, Wrath of Khan. I don't know if I'd call Wrath of Khan a masterpiece. Wrath of Khan is certainly the best of the original films. However,
Yes.
no matter how you feel about Star Trek in general, First Contact is an absolute must-watch for anyone who
Yes.
enjoys sci-fi.
Oh my god, yeah. First Contact's so good.
Because if we're going to call any Star Trek movie a masterpiece, it's going to be First Contact.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Wrath of Khan might be my favorite of the Trek films, but First Contact is probably the best.
First Contact is an incredible movie. Like, like, full stop. It doesn't need to be... We don't need to take it from a Star Trek level. Like, it's just a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it is. Like, it would stand alone even without the Star Trek name.
Yep, 100%.
It is
100%.
very good. Like, extraordinarily... Like, it has no right to be as good as it is.
It really doesn't.
Like,
it really, really doesn't.
Like, I remember watching it, and, like, I didn't know the first thing about Star Trek. I think I watched it with, like, my dad and my brother.
Yeah.
And I was like, this movie's freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I still remember watching it to this day. Yes! And it's just so good.
Yeah. Yeah,
That said, skip the search for Spock. Because
I think
I
Search
will
for
say
Sp-
one thing.
I think it's just underwhelming because it's following Wrath of Khan.
And also, like, that. And also, like, fucking, like, the end of the Wrath of Khan, like, still, like, brings tears to my eyes. So good. But then, like, Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, it's kind of a spoiler when the director of the movie is Spock. It's like, wonder if they're going to find Spock.
Well, here's a question
Especially
for you.
since Spock directed it.
Here's a question for you, because I know you've seen the more modern Star Trek movies, right? When J.J. Abrams...
I've seen 2 of them.
I'm assuming the first
'Cause
two.
I saw Star Trek and I saw Into Darkness. I have not seen Beyond.
I would say Beyond is actually probably better than Into Darkness.
I mean, it's not terribly hard.
It's more adventurous, I think. So, but here's my
Alright.
question, though, because you've seen Into Darkness.
Yes.
So here's my question: what did you think of the ending of that and how they twisted basically the death scene from Wrath of Khan? Were you of the gallons of people that were like, what the fuck? Or did you just play like, I get it, I don't like it, and it's stupid that they did this, but whatever?
I mean, I thought that a lot about Into Darkness of like, wait, you had to go see old Spock to say why Khan is kind of a bastard?
Oh, there is that
like,
too, yes.
Yeah, and that was the point where I was out of the movie, was I'm like, you had to consult Spock Prime to say, like, is Khan a bad guy? And Spock said, yes, like, the most bad guy.
Yeah.
But also, I had the thought of, well, we're in a different timeline. Like, Khan could be all right in this timeline. It's just like...
Khan, I don't think Khan was as bad in Into Darkness as he was in the original films. Not to say that he was
That is true.
Not to say that he was a good guy, but he had more...
Ouch.
All right. But he certainly had more ethical reasoning for what he did, which...
Oh, yeah, he
In
totally did.
Wrath of Khan, he's just a bad dude.
Yeah, he's just, like, a megalomaniac,
I think...
you know.
I think my problem with Into Darkness was J.J. Abrams and the writers were trying way too hard to say, this is what happened in the original Wrath of Khan, and we're just going to take the same idea, but then slightly twist it so it's familiar, yet somehow kind of different. And it's like, you're taking an old character, and I get, you know, to a degree, like, with the newer Star Trek and how they kind of, like, revamped the timeline, which I think is really cool. Like, it's a way to make sure that everything is canon, but they can still kind of tell new stories with familiar characters.
Yes.
But at the same time, in that movie, the villain was a new villain.
Yes.
So now they're going into a new movie, bringing back a familiar villain, and trying to retread a familiar storyline. And to your point, what they could have done is taken Khan, but then made him a good guy, and had something else happen where he, like... Now you're having, like... You know, Spock Prime be like, no, he's a bad dude, and they're all like, no, but he's a good guy, and that could have created a difference within a familiar character. But all you did was retread the storyline, the same storyline, but
even
then
down to the Khan.
Right, but then just take the same iconic moments and then just go, I'm gonna have this person do it instead. But like, that's not actually changing the narrative.
Right, and I was
the only cool thing it did with, you know, the whole Khan and killing Kirk and everything was you got to see Spock kind of go ballistic,
right?
Which is just kind of
that was interesting.
It was kind of cool to see him just lose control of his emotions because it just doesn't happen,
right?
But other than that, it's like you're just retreading the same storylines just with different characters,
right? Well, someone's not going to achieve Kalendor.
But anyway. That's our,
that's our
they're
riff on
fun
Star
movies.
Trek.
That's our riff on Star Trek. Go see First Contact.
Yeah, go see First Contact. Like, seriously, like it's really freaking good.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I started sailing. I just started sailing the ocean because I think
because we turned into a Trek podcast for approximately an hour.
I think Lake needed a break. I don't know if we've done this. Have we done the submarine? I don't know. Let's go inside and check.
Yeah, let's find out.
Let's go find out.
And especially since the guards are not exactly putting up a resistance.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't even think he noticed.
Yeah. I don't know how, but
I don't think we've done. Well, at least the. Actually, hold on. The ladder's not.
No,
down,
just kidding.
Well, before I do this... No, we have.
Yep,
the chest
open.
is open. All right.
All right. Later, nerd. You get to live this time.
What are we doing? I guess we can go do one of the... temples. Which I think is what we were planning on doing when we ended last time.
Right. And then we went and fucked around for another...
The last hour.
Yeah, about the last hour.
So, I need...
Whatever, we got to talk about Star Trek. Again, I still can't believe that the voyage home is about humpback whales.
Saving the humpback whales, specifically.
Yeah.
In like 1984 San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. It's just like, what?
Yeah, I don't think I could ever take that movie seriously. Even though a lot of hardcore Trekkies consider it to be one of, like, the better movies. It's like, but it's about saving the whales.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to take seriously when you've achieved, like... You've achieved the point where most movie franchises descend into silliness, you know?
Yeah.
The problem is that you've already been to space because you take place in space, so...
Right.
Now you're going back into time, which is just, you know... Yeah.
Although there is one scene in that sticks out in my mind of, like, the fishing boat, and then, like, the bird of prey, like, decloaks over it, and the, like, fishing boat's just like, what the fuck? And it is one of the greatest scenes ever put to film. And it's just like, what the fuck? It's just like, none of this makes sense. This movie is fucking lunacy. All right. Ow, my friggin' face.
My face. My face.
Oh, right. I'm not supposed to roll upstairs.
Oh, wait. We did this.
What? Yeah.
I went to the wrong place. Ah,
Damn it.
I went to the wrong area. It's all good. It's all good.
Funny, because I thought it was. Get out of the way, crab. Didn't tell me I was going to the wrong place. Could you imagine Link just coming out of that, just like with a furrowed brow and just like kick a crab or something?
God damn it, I went to the wrong place again.
Just like, son of a bitch.
Actually,
Just
we
like
can
the
get
crab,
another, since we're warping to Windfall, do you want to get a heart piece real quick? No, we can't.
Oh, sure.
Can
What?
you do me a favor?
Why the hell not?
Can you consult the archives?
Yeah, what you need?
Where we need to go to double our magic.
Double our magic. Stand by. Need to look at the index. Let's see here.
Actually, a couple of hearts or heart pieces we can get with that, but nonetheless, we need to actually increase our magic to get a couple of hearts.
Stand by.
Standing by.
Right, so we have the OG magic meter. Biggest magic meter.
There's two variations of magic meter.
Right, because there's the one where we just get the magic meter when we get the Deku Leaf.
Yeah.
And then the biggest magic meter is in 2-Eye Reef.
What do you mean it's in 2-Eye Reef?
Yeah, in the water around this island is a 4-eyed big octo. If Link defeats it, a great fairy will appear, thanking Link and doubling his magic meter.
All right, so it comes from an octo. All right, 2-Eye Reef, you said?
Yeah. 2-Eye Reef in quadrant D7.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's actually right by where we just were.
God damn it. Unbelievable.
Wait.
What?
Up, up, down. That's the one we've done. God damn it.
We were in the right place.
We were in the right place.
Son of a...
Well, hey, guess what? We can go get that octo.
Yeah, let's go get that octo. Hello, fellow pirate. Please don't shoot.
Okay.
Not that you could hit anything anyway. See?
You know what? You can go ahead and shoot, pirate. You're not gonna hit me anyway.
Yeah. Wonder what that's one to me. It's like, don't shoot her. You know what? Shoot. You're not gonna hit me anyway. And up we go.
Again.
Mario never had to deal with shit like this.
He just gets sucked into a pipe.
Yeah, true.
Good thing he doesn't
And
suffer from
let's not-
claustrophobia.
Yeah. Let's not even go into, like, the other, like, Nintendo characters. Like, Samus has been through some shit. Who else? What are, like, the quintessential, like, Nintendo characters? Like, Mario and Link, obviously. Samus are on.
Yeah, which is, for those who aren't aware, that's Metroid.
Yep. Yep, the heroine from Metroid.
I mean, realistically, you could just look at Smash Brothers.
Donkey Kong? Yeah,
Donkey Kong, yes.
Right.
Because,
Yes.
I mean, you probably named all of them, because there are obviously more characters that they throw in. Maybe Star Fox?
Yeah, Fox. Yeah, and the rest of Star Fox team. Which,
'Cause
wow,
there are-
holy shit, that's an ego trip, isn't it?
Because there are a lot of characters that, like Ness, you mentioned, right? And Ness is an iconic character for some people, but he's only been in one game.
Right. I mean, granted, that game was, like, a cult classic, and I thoroughly enjoyed my playthrough of Earthbound, mostly.
100%. I know, I love Earthbound. But you're right,
yeah,
like...
The only thing I didn't like about it was inventory management.
I don't even remember
where it was like,
management.
I want to buy a hamburger. It's like, cool, here's a hamburger. Like, but I actually kind of want, like, 30 of them. They're like, that's too bad. You have to buy them one at a time. Oh, I want to transfer this thing away. Oh, which one would you like? No, you can't multi-select. Oh, which item is this character? Which
That was the
character
easy one.
is this item on? That was easy.
That one only had 4 eyes. I think we've gotten half of them.
It sure seems that way.
I think there's either 4 or 5. I think we've actually defeated 3.
Stand by. Wind Waker. Oh, Waker the Winds, thanks to you, I've been freeing that beast's foul grasp. As thanks, I shall give you just a little of my power. Why not all of it? Like, I'm trying to save the world here. Or would it be too much? Would it just, like, I don't know, turn me into a pile of goo?
Either that or she's like, she's giving part of her life essence, so giving her all of her powers. You know, she killed herself. Yeah!
Magic power has increased. You know, twice as much. May the winds of fortune always blow across your bow.
I mean, I guess either one
I mean, I
works,
suppose it can blow across the bow, too. Like, you know, you do have one of those.
Yeah, either one.
Oh, yeah.
Either one works.
There are 6 big octos.
There are 6, so then we are through half, because I think we've defeated 3 of them.
I think you're right.
I don't know if you've been keeping track of that, but
I have not. I had to consult the archives.
I suppose at some point we can go on an octo hunt.
Yes, indeed we can.
I mean, you can mark off that one then if you want.
Yeah, might as well. Like,
At least you know we've defeated that one. We've
Yeah,
done
let's
one
see
that was like
here.
in the middle of the map somewhere, like around. And if you're looking at the map, I think there's one close by, like Fire Mountain or something.
as a matter of fact, there is.
I think we've killed that one, and then there's one more.
We
I
have.
think that we fought that I just don't remember.
Let me jot them down. So, 2-Eye Reef, we've killed.
I can't actually see the whole thing. There we go.
Speaking of jotting stuff down. Oh, it just tells you. Oh, that's in 6-4. You learned the Earth God's lyric. Cool.
That is also, by the way, the very last song that we will learn. We've learned all the songs in the game.
Wait, really?
There were only 6. Yep.
Hi. Oh, great hero, chosen by the master. Oh, wait, this is more of a fish.
Well, you're not Zoidberg.
I am a Zora sage. For an age, I offered my prayers here in the Earth Temple, praying that the power to repel evil would ever remain within the Master Sword.
I'm a Zor Sage for an age.
I'm a Zora sage for an age, and yet I'm forced due to Ganondorf's evil designs, the Master Sword you hold has lost power.
Eins.
After his defeat at the hands of the hero of time, Ganondorf was sealed away, but not for all time. He was revived and returned to Hyrule in the Red Wrath. Rhyme. He attacked this temple and stole my soul, knowing that he had to remove the power contained in that enchanted blade.
Oh.
I should really stick to bass guitar. In order to return the power to repel evil to your sword, you must find another to take my stead in this temple and ask the gods for their assistance.
Ghetto Zora.
Oh, come on now. You must find the one who carries on my bloodline, the one who holds this sacred instrument. Which one of you does that? Nothing can stop the flow of time or the passing of generations. I don't know, I think we proved that quite wrong in the past. But the fate carried within my bloodline endures the ravages of all the years. It survives. Yeah, clearly, this Zora sage has never played Ocarina of Time. The song you just conducted is one that will open the eyes of the new sage and awaken within that sage the melody that will carry our prayers to the gods.
Oh. Whoa.
The door that blocks your way will only open when the sage plays that song. What if they're not a musician? May the winds of fortune blow with you. Not over your bow, though. That was something else.
Well, it
Later.
said that it's the person. We got to talk to the person that plays the harp.
Yeah, which is the
Medli.
Medli, that's right, at the Rudo village.
Walking into a
That's
wall.
not the exit. Yeah. Not that we've had troubles with textures and flying or anything. Ever.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And yeah. I still can't believe I couldn't buy that F-15 again. We'll have to insert a card here for the Ace Cast, where my flying was on excellent display.
You only crashed the one time. It was just
And
a very,
then, like-
it was just a very questionable crash.
Yeah. In the worst possible place, too. I think I crashed against the final boss, too. Because there was the one time where I'm like,
Oh,
what the
well,
hell killed me? And I think I hit the boss.
Yeah, but the game at least threw you back into that fight almost immediately. Whereas the first time you crashed, it was like you were towards the end of the level, so we had to play like 15 minutes again.
Yep, we sure did.
Where is she? I think she's outside somewhere. In fact, I think we can hear her.
Yeah, and she's keeping up the rest of the Rudo, too. Very
Medli, shut
inconsiderate.
up!
We're trying to sleep here!
Alright.
Yo, you need to see my letter slinging skills again? I'm really good.
Actually, isn't there something that we need to give a guy in here? I don't know if we have enough, but one of the
Yeah, like
thingers-
something from the loot bag, right?
Yeah. I just can't remember what it is.
I don't either. It's not the Knight's Crest.
No, that was to
Because that
Orca.
was to
That was to Orca.
Orca.
It's not these, is it? I guess I can try a couple of things. See what strikes us.
Yo, check this shit out. Yeah, let me look. While you just pull out everything in the loot bag here.
Yeah, that was about it.
What's up?
That's really all I had.
I got nothing. Spoils bag.
Where's the other
Right, because we know the
exits?
Bokobabas we take to the Korok and the Deku tree.
Yep.
What the hell do we do with the golden feathers?
I'm asking you.
Um,
It's either the golden feathers or the necklaces. I just can't remember which one he wants.
it is the golden feathers to Hosket.
Is Hosket the human, or is he one of the...
He is a Rito.
Alright, so I was just getting to the
Rito
wrong
or
dude.
Rito.
How many do I need?
Yeah,
Is
and
it
he
20?
20.
Yeah, we don't have 20 anyway. Alright.
Yeah. But once we do, he gives us a piece of heart.
Golden feathers, we got 14.
Damn it. Play a different scale. Oh, wait, you maybe can't on a harp. I don't know how harps work.
I mean, she's only got,
Oh, it's the same harp.
she's only got 4 strings.
Oh, Link, you're okay. You know, Prince Kamali's been asking me all about your adventures, Link. You know, you could come by and visit him, so you could tell him yourself, but, you know, whatever. I can rest easy now that I've seen you safe and sound with my own eyes.
Welcome
Prince
back.
Kamali's turned into a fine young adult, hasn't he? I haven't talked to him.
I have no idea.
Recently, he's even begun doing things on his own, without my guidance. Every conversation still is centered on you, though, Link. Is that your fault or his? Watching Prince Kamali grow up fills me with pride, but it makes me a little sad as well.
Sorry.
I wonder if this is how a mother feels. Oh, but just listen to me go on. How weird I must sound. Well, I better continue practicing so that I can be useful around here, too. It's the middle of the night. Performing music like this is an important duty of an attendant.
Yo, girl. Check
Hey,
it.
is that the Wind Waker? Wow!
I mean, I had this the last time we met.
Link, will you conduct me? I wonder how I'll do.
You got, babe.
And you're probably going to feel a little weird here in a second.
Link just takes out a bag of popcorn.
What a mysterious song. It sounds so familiar. Almost as if something I've forgotten is trying to be remembered.
Medli, your voice also dropped an octave.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I feel... Hey, you're supposed to awaken as a sage, not sleep as a sage.
I caught your head.
Sup? So do I talk first? You talk first?
Who the hell are you?
Man, it's a good thing they still have harps. Could you imagine trying to do this on like an electric guitar or something? That'd be pretty cool. Oh wait, we did that in Majora's Mask.
I'm sure there's I'm sure there's someone out there that's done some sort of metal version of the Wind Waker songs.
Oh, probably.
Whoa. Trippy. I had the weirdest dream.
Just now, a sage spoke to me. She spoke so gently. There's something that I must do. Blink, please. Link. Thanks to you, I've been awakened to the knowledge that I'm a sage of the Earth Temple. Will either one of you blink? There's actually something I can do to help this world. It's incredible. Blank, please. It's freaking me out.
There you go.
Thank you. I bet my teacher knew about all of this. Link, please. You must take me to the Earth Temple. We must hurry and wake the power to repel evil that sleeps within the Master Sword. Oh, hey, it's Prince. Let's go now, quickly and quietly. Before someone gets jealous. Oh, Kamali, I just want him to remember me as a simple attendant. Why? Like, you're awesome. Hey, where the hell did they go?
Magic. Magic.
Oh, she's like along for the ride now. Cool.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yo, so, Medli, do you want to,
First
like,
try.
go with me and get a heart piece or something?
Just out for a midnight stroll.
Yeah. I know a great place to get a heart piece. Also, hang on to something.
It's gonna feel a little weird.
God, with her ponytail, too? Jeez.
Just smacking Link in the face.
Yeah, just...
I have a concussion.